Now we come to line symmetry. So primarily this chapter is around line symmetry. So when we are talking about symmetry, in most of the cases we will be talking about line symmetry. So let us understand what is a line symmetry. So we have two sisters, Ananya and Samira. Now they have got a big sandwich for their lunch which they have to share, because it is so big that one cannot eat the whole sandwich. So they decided to share it equally. So they cut the sandwich into two equal parts by drawing a line right in the center of the sandwich, and they cut it by knife. Right. So one part goes to Ananya and second part goes to Samira. Right. So after division of the sandwich, Ananya says, Samira, do you see something special in two halves? On this, Samira was not aware. What's special in this? I don't see anything special. So Ananya says, can you see the both halves look similar? Samira said, yes, that I understand. As far as I can recall, we divided the sandwich into two equal parts, right? Then Ananya says, yes, but here I'm not talking about equal parts. Wait, let me explain you what I meant, right? So what she did, she flipped the half of Samira sandwich and then placed it over the other half, right? Now on this, can you see that both pieces looks exactly same when we place them one over the other? On this, Samira says, okay, I got it, Ananya. They look similar and they also have same size, so they are identical. So in this case, the way we have divided the two sandwich parts, they are exactly identical to each other when we place them one over the other. So in this case, we say the two parts of the sandwich are symmetrical, and the line which divides the sandwich into two parts is called the line of symmetry. So here, this line, this dotted line, this is the line of symmetry, right? So this is the concept of symmetry. So line symmetry means a line which goes through the center of the object and divides it into two equal identical half, and we can check that by placing one half over the other. They will exactly look same, right? So is it possible to see line of symmetry, or is it imaginary? So for that, let us take a sheet. So we have taken this blue colored sheet, right? What do? We just fold it so that one corner meets with the other corner, right? So these two corners meet, right, with the other corners, and then we press it like this, right? With your finger you can press and create a crease over here, right? And then you unfold it. What will you get? You will get a line in the center of the sheet. Now this line, this is a line of symmetry, right? Why? Can you tell me? Because we divided this sheet into two halves and we placed one half over the other, and they exactly look same and identical. So this line divided this blue sheet into two equal halves. So this becomes line of symmetry. So we observed some patterns earlier, right? Remember? Let us check whether they have any symmetry or not. Remember, this is what we have. Now let us check for the tile first. Now for checking that, what do? We draw a line right in the center like this, right? Which is dividing the tile into two equal halves. Now these two halves, what do they look like? They look like exactly identical to each other. So when we place one half over the other, it will completely overlap and it will look exactly same as the other half, right? So this is the line of symmetry. In case of necklace, when you divide necklace into two halves like this, one half is looking exactly same as the other half. So this is also a line of symmetry. And in chessboard also, if we draw a line like this or the other diagonal of the square, right? If you see one half and the other half, these two halves are exactly identical to each other. When you place one over the other, they will look same, right? So this is also a line of symmetry, right? Now symmetrical objects that you observe in daily life, let us check. So we have cricket boy with us, right? He is really crazy about cricket. He really want to play cricket in his life when he grows up, right? So he is carrying his bat with him. Let us check whether his bat is symmetrical or not. Now let us draw a line like this. which is dividing the bat into two halves. One half is like this, other half is like this. So these two halves are also looking exactly identical to each other. So this is a line of symmetry in the bat. Now let us take the cricket ball. You can see here is the seam of the ball. Now let us divide the ball along the seam by drawing a line of symmetry. Right? We draw a line like this, right? And this is divided into two halves, right? One half like this, other half like this. So these are also looking exactly identical to each other. So this cricket ball also has a line of symmetry. Now let us take digit 0, right? When we draw a line like this, one half is above the line, other half is below the line. They look exactly identical to each other. So this is line of symmetry. When we draw a line like this over 0, right, vertical line, this divides the 0 into two halves, one half like this, other half like this. So they are also identical to each other, right? So they also have line of symmetry which is vertical also. Now let us take this butterfly, right? We draw a line like this, right? This is one half, this is other half. They are exactly identical to each other. So this butterfly also has a line of symmetry. And in nature, if you see, almost each object or living being, they have a line of symmetry, right? So let us draw a line of symmetry of some figures. Suppose we have letter W. Now to draw a line of symmetry, we know we have to draw such a line which divides the object or letter into two identical halves, right? So in case of letter W, if you draw a line like this, so we get two parts like this. So these two parts are exactly identical to each other. If we place one over the other, they will look same. So this is the line of symmetry. Now this heart shape, we draw a line like this, vertical line. Now we get two halves like this. So when we place one over the other, they will look exactly identical. In case of 5, if we draw a line like this, these two halves, do they look same? No, they look different. So this line in case of digit 5 is not a line of symmetry, right? So digit 5 does not have any line of symmetry. So let us take this shape. When we draw a line like this, we get two identical halves, right? When we draw a line like this, we get two halves like this. So if we observe closely, this figure has 5 lines of symmetry. So each line divides the figure into two identical halves. So a figure can have more than one line of symmetry as well, right? Now let us take this ice cream. We draw a line like this. This is divided into two equal halves. So this ice cream has one line of symmetry. If we draw a line like this, so it won't be dividing the ice cream into two identical parts. Now let us take the digit 8. It has got two lines of symmetry. One is vertical, one is horizontal, right? Similarly, this bow, this has got one line of symmetry. Now look what we have got. We have got Cricket Boy, Ananya and Samira, all three together now. So they went to the ice cream parlor and they bought some ice cream from an ice cream stall. Now they got three different ice cream, right? So Ananya, after learning about symmetry, she has got very curious and she has started applying the concept of symmetry in ice creams too. She really liked the concept of symmetry. Now she is not sure, but we can help her to find the line of symmetry in case of ice creams, right? So let us take one by one. We draw a vertical line like this in all three ice creams. Now can you see the two halves? So in case of Cricket Boy, right, the ice cream of Cricket Boy, this is symmetrical, and the ice cream of Ananya, this is also symmetrical about this line. But this line in case of ice cream of Samira, this is dividing the ice cream into two equal halves, but they are of different colors, right? So when colors are not matching, then they are not identical. So this is not a line of symmetry for this ice cream of Samira, right? So colors also play an important role in determining the symmetry. So now we have this question: which shapes are divided into two symmetrical halves by the dotted lines? Now we have this shape. This line is divided like this. So one half is above the line, second half is below the line. So do they look identical? No, colors are different, right? So this is not a line of symmetry. But if you draw a line like this, vertical line, now these two halves, they look exactly identical. This is line of symmetry, right? Now in the case of second case, this line is also line of symmetry because this line is dividing this figure into two identical halves, right? In case of third figure, this is also a line of symmetry, right? So two identical halves are being created by this line of symmetry. Now in case of fourth figure, this figure you see, this line is drawn horizontally. Now although by size they look same, but when we overlap, the blue will come over yellow and yellow will come over blue, right? But we remember we have to have same colors in case of symmetry, right? So this is not a line of symmetry. But if we draw a line like this, right, and we fold it along this line, yellow will come over yellow and the blue circles will become semicircles, right? So this line is a line of symmetry, right? Similarly this is also a line of symmetry in this shape. Now coming to next, on this line, this vertical line, this is a line of symmetry, and in the last figure also this is a line of symmetry as well, right?